If you were to ask anybody from any club, they'd say their club is unique. And to me, Ballymun is unique. It's my home.
We call this our church, you know. This is our church, and this is where we go to, you know, a lot of people don't do church anymore. This is our church, and this is where we go to escape. Ballymun is an area of 20,000 people, like, so to be able to wear the shirt was always a great honour. Like,
yeah, represent them, like, I mean, it's a privilege, really.
So my name is Patrick Daly, and I'm the chairperson of Ballymun United Football Club.
My name is Jason Delaney. I'm the assistant secretary of the club, and I'm also coach of our Premier Saturday team.
My name is Wesley Delaney. I'm Jason Delaney's cousin, and my role is coach underneath Jason.
So Ballymun United was founded in 1969. 3 or 4 men got together and decided to form a football club. The flats had just gone recently up, the blocks that are now gone. They met in Slough Avenue in the 4 stories, the 3 or 4 men, and they formed Ballymun United Football Club, and hence the club was born.
Years ago we didn't have this fabulous facility to play in when we played. We played at the back of the comprehensive school, and I remember playing under a great man that we still have here today, Albie Jenkins, under 8s, under 9s, under 10s, right the way through. So it goes right back to them for me anyway.
We used to play across the way here, and the pitch was called the San Siro.
They had a pitch in Balcurris years ago before this, and the dressing room was underneath a block of flats, and the smell of it was atrocious. But it was very intimidating because all the flats was around the pitch, and they were a great side back then, great side.
I'm living in Ballymun since 1969 myself. I played for the club. I managed from schoolboy up to senior football, and then I moved on to the executive committee, and then I was honoured to be asked really to become chairman of the club here maybe 2 years ago.
We've both been in this club for nearly over 30 years.
Yeah, look, I've played for Ballymun since I'm under 12s all the way up until senior, and it was only the past 3 years now of starting coaching in the club. Thankfully underneath my family, so you can't ask for much more, you know. This club is mostly all family. Like, anyone that has ever played for this club is always their dad's played, or their cousins or their brothers, so it's a real family oriented club.
It's had a huge impact on my life in a very positive way as well. I mean, I've been to all the finals. The club over the years have won a lot of trophies, national trophies. The FAI Junior Cup, the Leinster Junior Cup, were kind of well recognised. Anywhere we went in the country, people know Ballymun, have heard of Ballymun.
Everybody in Ballymun is involved in Ballymun. It's like, there's no one you can go around to in the streets of Ballymun and say, have you never played for Ballymun United before? And they'll all say no, and then they'll all tell you that their brother plays, their sister plays, their dad has played, their uncle has played, their granddad has played. Almost every generation of Ballymun have all played for here, and that's how everyone back, if you walk the streets of Ballymun, everyone knows each other. And it's always because they're all built in the same clubs, whether it's this club, or whether it's Ballymun Kickham's, or whether it's the Tanta in the hurling, or whether it's the local boxing club.
Get around them!
A football club or a Gaelic club or any kind of sports club plays a huge part in the local community. For children in particular, it helps keep kids, you know, kind of off the street and doing something very positive and very healthy within the community here. Success obviously for the club is on the field of play. Obviously we're winning games, you know, it gets good recognition for the club. But also it promotes the area, it promotes the community in a very positive and very healthy way. As you know, the Ballymun community at times struggles. You hear a lot of negativity in papers and on the news about Ballymun sometimes, but the likes of Ballymun United, Ballymun Kickham's and other clubs in the area, running clubs and stuff, do lots of unique and positive things to highlight the good things that happen in Ballymun. So that in itself is unique, I suppose.
The lads that we have, thankfully, they're all only early 20s. Yeah. This is their scapegoat from being on the streets and being involved in any crap. So they get 3 hours or 4 hours a week in this club. And this club, because it's so gated and it's their scapegoat, there's nothing here that's going to ever harm them. Yeah. Like, if they, no matter what they have on the streets or at home, this is their safe place. And then they come on a Saturday and they're with all their friends playing, and we go upstairs, they can spend all day here, you don't have to worry about what's at home.
Countless fellas have said it to me, like, you know, this is where I come to get away.
I've had friends, and I'm sure Jay has had friends that we grew up with, and I've looked at them now and they're strung out on drugs, or they've been in jail, or they're dead. And thankfully for me, football was my outgo of getting away from people that I didn't want to be around. And I'm sure it's the same with all the kids nowadays, because Ballymun is great, it is great, but there's bad people sometimes in the area, and then they can drag other people down. With this, no one's allowed to drag anyone down up here. Nobody. It's not. You're not going to be allowed in the club. It only lasts about a day or two before you get found out.
People come up to the club and, you know, they see football pitches and matches going on and stuff like that, but there's a whole host of volunteers behind that. There's an awful lot of work goes in the background from really good volunteers here. Without the volunteers here in the club would not exist. So we really appreciate all the volunteers that help us here in the club, you know.
You know, we're not trying to just coach them in football, we're trying to give them the right steer in life, and, like, you know, and help them out wherever we can, from not just our team but the juniors underneath. So it's a privilege, to be honest. It's hard work, and sometimes you have to question the sanity of ourselves to do it as a volunteer. But, you know, you get a day like today where you go and you win and everybody's buzzing, and we'll go upstairs now and have a pint and a pizza, and, you know, that's why we do it. I originally would have coached underage kids here, and we both made a step up this year from playing to coaching seniors, and I genuinely didn't think it was anywhere near as intense to manage a senior team. Like, you literally we go to bed with it. Like, we're
texting till 11 o'clock.
Yeah, like, you know, and you're dealing with a situation every week. Like, we're in a position where we're having to leave lads out.
Like, there's good lads, really good lads like that, and not bad, not bold, not none, and good players that we have to text on a Friday night, say, look, I'm sorry, you're not in the squad. Yeah. And then if you're in the squad, you could be on the bench and you still couldn't get onto the pitch, which we feel terrible about, because it's 2 hours of his day. But we could have needed him, like, you know what I mean? And
ultimately, it all comes down to, if you're winning, nobody says that, but if you're not winning, it's extremely difficult, and you can take that home with you as well. And at the end of the day, you have to remember it is a voluntary outlet.
I thought, coming into management, because I went from playing stuff for 1 year in their management, and I used to always think as a player, should they just show up when we show up? It's grand, like, you know what I mean? It's only football. Yeah. And little did I know, it's not only football. You have to think about everyone else.
100%. Yeah.
For me, it's only training twice a week and a match on a Saturday, because I'm just a coach for the team. But where Jay is involved in the team, involved in the club high up, it's a lot more. He's full on, full-time job basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
On top of his own full-time job.
This club here at the moment is still in development. As you can see, we have a lovely facility here, and we're continuously developing the club here all the time. We never thought, going back to the old days where we used to have dressing rooms under the flats and a little pitch out the back of the flats. We always had a vision that we'd have something like this, but we never thought we'd actually get it. But here we are here now. I suppose a big goal for Ballymun United would be to reach the pinnacle of League of Ireland football. That would be a huge thing for the club. We've always had ambitions to play at the highest level. That's quite possible now with the facilities we have. Like lots of other clubs are still working towards that criteria, and we're hoping at some stage over the next year or two that Ballymun United can reach that criteria, and we will make that step up to League of Ireland.
The big problem all the clubs have now is the financial commitment to keeping these clubs running. You know, like, you look at a big facility like this, it's extremely expensive. Where we'll be in 10 years will ultimately come down to money, unfortunately. But we've got good people here, and we've got a great committee. If you have the right people and people are committed, you can make it happen, you know.
The sky's the limit with this club. Yeah. It really is. With the people that's involved in it, we have the facilities, we just need to maintain it and build on it. With the right people on board, that can happen. Yeah.
Okay.
That was brilliant. Thanks for that.
Don't.
Perfect.
Okay, right. We're going to beer.
Over and out.
Thanks.
You're looking at me, we're talking about upstairs if you want.